This week, financial markets are on a roller coaster. First, traders increase long bets on the US dollar and then they rush to sell it. The US currency is certainly sensitive to fundamentals. Let's watch a video calendar on InstaForex TV channel and try to predict market sentiment at least for a short term. Since early Thursday, traders speculating on the Australian dollar will burst into the market. Australia is due to report on its employment. The jobless rate is expected to rise to 6.9% in May from 6.2% a month ago. However, investors are poised to take into account only positive aspects from this batch of data, in particular the number of the employed. The economy is still losing jobs, albeit at a slower pace than in the previous months. Why will investors take notice only of the positive data? The thing is that at the latest policy meeting, the Reserve Bank of Australia sent a clear message that a further rate cut was out of the question. On the contrary, the regulator was serious about raising the cash rate by the year end. That's why investors will cheer any positive change in the domestic economy that will encourage them to buy the Aussie dollar. Later, having evaluated key metrics on the UK economy released in the recent 2 days, we try to foresee further moves of the British monetary authorities. At last, on Thursday, the market will find out policy decisions and forecast of the Bank of England. The key policy rate is likely to remain the same. Nevertheless, one aspect of monetary policy could be revised. The Bank of England is ready to expand the ongoing asset purchase program by £100 billion to prop up the market and support low interest rates. In the second half of the week, Canada will release crucial data which will spur activity of traders speculating on the Canadian dollar. On Friday, traders will get to know Canada's retail sales for April. Following a slump in March, investors are braced for even worse figures in April. Consumer activity has been logging a deeper collapse. As a result, the retail sales are projected to have tumbled 14%. No wonder such a bleak picture in retail sales is bearish for the Canadian dollar. Investors are anticipating southern remarks in another speech by Fed's chairman Jerome Powell. In the late trading session on Friday, the Fed's leader is taking part in the video conference, speaking on how to create a resilient workforce during the coronavirus pandemic. Apart from the above-said events and reports, trading sentiment will depend on other publications. On Thursday morning, New Zealand is due to post its GDP data. This week's National Bank will unveil its policy decisions. Later, Canada will report on its wholesale sales. As usual, the US Labor Department will publish a weekly update on initial and continuing unemployment claims. On Friday, the economic calendar is loaded with the economic data since early morning. Don't miss inflation data from Japan as well as retail sales data from Australia and the UK. You were watching Forex Trader Calendar on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Stichina. We wish you profitable deals.